Student, my name is Dr. Atul Trivedi. I hope all of you are well and safe. In this semester, I'll take the 2 unit of EL 3501. So, in EL 3501, Unit 1 is a negative feedback transistor amplifier we have to study. And second topic, we will study about oscillator circuit. In unit 2, I will cover field effect transistor amplifier. In short, it is called FET, field effect transistor amplifier. And second topic, I to cover MOSFET. So today I am starting from field effect transistor amplifier from unit 2. In this chapter, first we have to discuss the difference between field effect transistor amplifier and bipolar junction transistor. Before discussing such topic, you must be aware what is the field effect transistor amplifier, what is its cross section. So I am showing you cross section of the field effect transistor amplifier. So I am showing cross section of N channel field effect transistor amplifier. So as shown in figure, N channel semiconductor material, lightly doped N channel semiconductor material. This is your N channel semiconductor material. This is your N channel semiconductor material. This is your N channel semiconductor material. This N channel semiconductor material is diffused into P type. This is called P type, base or bulk or subtrate. So this is your P type, base or bulk or subtrate. On this P type, the N type semiconductor material, which is lightly doped, is diffused. In this N channel, heavily doped p-type concentration is diffused. Listen again. This is your base on which you are fabricating field effect transistor. So in this base, lightly doped N-type material is diffused, and this is called channel. In this N-type semiconductor material, heavily doped P-type material is diffused. This is known as a gate. This is known as a This is known as a your channel N channel. So at the two end of the N channel, ohmic contacts are made at this point, at this point. This is called channel. Okay. At the two end of the N-type semiconductor material, two ohmic contacts are made. One end is known as a drain, second end is known as a source. This show that field effect transistor has a three terminal gate. This is your gate, this is your gate, second is drain, third is source. This is called body terminal. Okay. Whenever you want to remove the noise, then this body terminal should be grounded. So it has a three terminal gate, source, and drain. The source is the terminal, so it has a three terminal. One is called source. Source is a terminal through which charge carrier enter into the channel. Highlighter માટે we will use this anyway. આના માટે કયું વાપર્યું છે એના માટે highlighter. This is the terminal. This source is the terminal through which charge carrier enter in this channel, and this charge carrier will flow like this, and through the drain it is coming out. Again, source is the terminal through which charge carrier enter, this entering point, and drain is the terminal through which charge carrier is coming out. So second terminal is drain, first terminal I am showing you source, second is drain, third is gate. So FET is a three terminal. First source is a terminal through which charge carrier enter. Drain is a terminal through which charge carrier is coming out. And gate is the terminal which control the flow of the charge, This control the flow of the charge. Gate is the terminal which control the flow of the charge. Here charge carrier flow like this. Here charge carrier is flowing only in this channel. This material is N-type. So this is called N-channel FET. N-channel FET. And symbol of the N-channel FET is shown like this. Drain, gate and source. Remember, for N-channel FET, arrow is inside. For N-channel FET, arrow show like this arrow is shown inside. Actually, this arrow shows the current when gate is forward bias. This arrow shows the current when this gate is forward bias. Remember this word for a 1 mark questions. Now you may have questions, sir, is there any P channel? Yes, there is a P channel, FET is also there. So I am showing you the cross-sectional view of a P channel FET. Lightly doped P-type semiconductor material is diffused into N-type substrate or bulb. This is called P channel. This is your P channel. This is your P channel. This is P channel. This is your P channel. In this P channel, heavily doped N-type material is diffused. Heavily doped N-type material is diffused. At the end of this P channel, two ohmic contacts are made. One end of the P channel is known as a drain, another end is known as a source, and this is called gate. Here conduction takes place in N channel, conduction takes place through the N-type material. Here hole will flow in this channel, okay, through the P channel. So it is called P-type field effect transistor, and symbol of the P-type field effect transistor is shown in figure. This is your P channel effect. In N channel, arrow shows on gate, which is shows inside. It shows the direction of current when gate is forward bias. Here, arrow is in P channel, arrow is coming out. That shows the direction of current when gate is forward bias. Remember, this is also known as a JFET. But this JFET or FET is always operated in a reverse bias. If you want to control the current, then the gate should be always operated in a reverse bias. The gate should always operate in a reverse bias to control the current. So I am showing you how the current is controlled through the gate. This is your base P-type. In this we will diffuse the N-type material. This is your called channel. This is your substance on which you fabricated your FET. This generally we are writing S or seal it is called. Now, in this N channel, heavily doped P-type material is diffused. So you are in a 3-terminal now. This is your drain. This is your source. And this is your gate. I told you gate is always kept in reverse bias. So this is your P-type material. So I am keeping in a reverse bias. So negative terminal is a positive terminal. Now connected like this. Here I am applying a VCC voltage. Some voltage here I am applying. Or sometimes we are writing VCC, but actually it is called VDD. Now look, here there is a free electron. This electron will go in this direction under the influence of the positive voltage of this battery, or better to use a word, under the influence of the electric field between these 2 points, this electron will go like this. Electric field in this direction, electric field in this direction. So this electron will go from source to the drain through the channel, and it will go here in this direction. The electron will go from source to the drain to the positive terminal of the battery, and it will come like this, okay, through the channel. So only electron is going here. So only one type of the charge carrier is used for the conduction, you can say. Only one type of the charge carrier is used for the conduction. If it is a p-type field effect transistor, so instead of electron only hole is going. So here electron is going like this. Here electron is going like this. Okay. Now let us see how this current is controlled. Due to this negative, here depletion layer is formed. Here depletion layer is formed. So here negative ions, here you will get the layer of the positive ions, and here you will get the layer of negative ions. So the width of this conduction layer, initially when this gate to source voltage, when gate to source voltage is 0, at that time full width is available for the conduction. So current is maximum. As VGS is increased negative voltage minus 0.1, minus 0.2, minus 0.3, the width of this depletion layer, increases. As a result, width of conduction or width of the conduction channel, this width will decreases. As width decreases, your drain current ID decreases. Your drain current ID decreases. As VGS increase negatively, then drain current decreases due to increasing this, due to increasing this depletion layer. As VGS increases, depletion layer increases, so conduction width decreases, so drain current decreases. So this voltage control the current. So sometimes it is called voltage operated device. What is called voltage operated? Now you can see that gate is operated in a reverse bias. This p-type material is connected. In reverse bias. So input resistance between these two is very large. Input resistance between these two is very large. Between gate and source, input resistance is very large because you know that it is operated in which bias? Reverse bias. If someone have a question, sir, can we operate forward bias? No. If you operate the forward bias, this is a heavily doped. This gate is heavily doped. The gate is heavily doped, so large value of the current will flow, and there is maximum possibility of destroying the field effect transistor, or either this terminal will destroy or channel will be destroyed. So please never operate FET, JFET in a reverse bias. In a forward bias. Gate should be always operated in a reverse bias. So from this discussion, one thing is clear. Through the channel, only majority charge carrier will flow. Second, the gate is always operated in a reverse bias. Third, input resistance is very large. Fourth, it is a voltage operated device. It is only one type of the polarity is used for the conduction. So it is called unipolar. It is called unipolar device. Okay. Now from this discussion, we'll try to understand what is the difference between field effect transistor and bipolar junction transistor. So let me summarize about the bipolar junction transistor, so it becomes very easy for you. This is your bipolar junction transistor. In this P-type material is sandwiched between two N-type material. Middle terminal is known as a base. One side of the base is known as a emitter. Another side is known as a collector. Now, already you know in the last semester, to operate this transistor as amplifier, the base emitter junction should be always kept in a forward bias. This is N-type material, so I have to connect forward bias with negative terminal. This is a P-type material, so I have to connect with what? Positive terminal. So this is called forward bias. And collector always should be kept in a reverse bias. This is a N-type, so plus, and we have to connect in this way. And here we are adding VCC. This is C. This is a base. This is your emitter. Already we have seen that for NPN transistor in symbol you have seen. This is your base, this is emitter, this is a collector. This is NPN. Arrow is outside. Look here, arrow is outside. In a bipolar junction transistor, arrow on the emitter lead is outside. Arrow on the emitter lead is outside. That shows direction of current when base emitter in a forward bias. When base emitter in a forward bias. So this is direction of current. Okay, and remember the remaining two current should be what? Inside that already we have seen in a last semester. Okay, this is your forward bias. This is your forward bias. So already you know that if transistor is in forward bias, the input resistance, this input resistance is very low. Remember, this is in forward bias, so this electron will cross this depletion layer and will enter into the base, and most of the electron will cross entire base and reach to the collector. You will get the collector current, and some of the electron will go through the whole of the base and it will go in this direction and you will get a base current. Some of the electron will go here, only 5%. 95% will go to the collector under the influence of this battery, and that electron will go here, and you will get this electron will go here, will get your collector current here, IC. Okay, so your electron, your base is minority charge carrier used for the base current. Your electron are used for the collector current. So in this, both the type of the polarity is used for the conduction. In this transistor, both the type of the polarity used in bipolar junction transistor, both the type of the polarity is used. So the conclusion already we did in the last semester. To operate this transistor as an amplifier, base emitter should be in forward bias, collector should be in reverse bias. As this is in forward bias, input resistance is low. This is current dependent, current operated device. Second, both the type of the charge carrier are used for the conduction. From this to discussion, we will see the difference between bipolar junction transistor and unipolar junction transistor. So first topic now I am starting. This is a base. First topic I was starting. Here I am writing here field effect transistors. Difference between field effect transistor and bipolar junction transistor. First difference, unipolar device. Here bipolar device. Unipolar means only one type of the charge carrier is used for the conduction. Here both the type of the charge carrier is. Second, input resistance is very large. Very large. Secondly, input resistance less compared to very low or less compared to FET. Third, voltage operated device. Here, current operated device. Current operated device. Fourth, gain bandwidth product. Gain bandwidth product is low. Here, gain bandwidth product is large compared to FET. Gain product for FET is low compared to BJT. This is less noisy compared to bipolar junction transistor. This is noisy compared to FET. Here I am giving my end of the lecture. In next lecture, I repeat some portion, and if you have any doubt, you proceed further. It will be clear, and then we'll proceed further. Okay, thank you.